Welcome to Blowing Smoke with Twisted Rico. I'm your host, Steve Ricardo. We're back here in Union Square, Somerville, Mass. at the New Alliance Music and Art Complex with Dorchester's own Herb Morsiglio on the engineering board. Once again, we have an interesting show planned for you. The legendary and equally controversial artist, musician, and internet star Jessica Jarva is in the studio. And we'll certainly have a lot to talk about with her in a few moments. But first, let's take care of some business here. As we always do, I want to thank our patrons, Maria, Chad, Lee, Matt, Andy, Chris, Dave, Suke, Kim, and our newest patron, Heather. Thank you all so much for donating and sponsoring the Blowing Smoke with Twisted Rico podcast. If you want to do this and you want to join for $1 a month, only $1 a month, it's patreon.com/Twisted Rico. So last week, after spending the day here at New Alliance, I went over to the Middle East in Cambridge to check out the Liars, the Classic Ruins, and the Modifiers show, and had a fantastic time. Herb's shuffling a lot of stuff around here. Herb, is it all good, Herb?
Yeah.
I get easily distracted. Don't let the walls fall in you and you get down on you this week like last week. Anyways, the Liars were truly on fire, no pun intended. They blew away a packed room of people, and I love these early shows. You know, band starts at 7, done by 10, home by 11. It's the old timers. The old timers can clear out, and then all the young ones can come in, take a hit of Molly or whatever they're doing these days, watch the DJ jump around with a flashy light show and dance their asses off, and I can be at home relaxing, laying back and done with the show. Get this good stuff over early and, relax later. I like the early shows. And, the Liars were fabulous. In fact, some people are saying they're better than ever these days. They've been around for like 40 years. But, the younger guys in the band, not that much younger, but a little younger, have definitely sparked things up a little. It was also great seeing my old pals, the Modifiers, tear it up. Good friend Chris Perry and the Modifiers and the George brothers, always a good time hanging out with them. And it was a pleasant surprise seeing Chris Carr filling in on bass with the Classic Ruins. A lot of Wormtown people in the room. It had a real Worcester vibe going on with Steve and Dave from the Liars and Chris all there. Also Mike from the Odds and Artie from the Crybabies. And, of course, there are a lot of Boston rockers and other local celebs in the room, like there always is when the Liars play. I was hanging out on the side of the stage with Ellie and Joe from the Charms, who brought their 2 little kids, Josie and Preston, who you'll get to meet next week, hopefully, when they come down, Herb. They go with them everywhere. They're like 7 and 4 years old, and they're rock stars already. They were sitting on the side of the stage, and they had their eyes peeled on Jeff Connolly from the Liars the whole time. They're like, oh my God, look at that guy. It was really funny seeing him. Can you imagine a 7-year-old watching Mono Man on stage?
Are those the same kids? Were they at Uncharted?
Yeah, yes, they came to your show.
I know those kids.
They came to your show in
Those
Lowell.
hip kids.
They were dancing around, and there was a little video. You do
Yeah.
remember that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We'll talk about
all
that.
The rocker children.
We'll talk about that. And, they seemed really attentive and were loving it. That was cool. Before we get Jarva on talking some more, I want to play you a track here. So, now that we're doing this hidden treasure track, I have a song that might not be that hidden after all. This is a real good band. There's a big buzz on them. It's the Gala US. They're a great garage punk band. Every single they put out, and every show they play, they seem to get more and more of a buzz going. And figured I talked to them this week, and they gave me a track to play. So, Herb, we're going to get this one going here. We got Gimme, Gimme from the Gala US.
Show me how we are, bad behavior. I'm still waiting here, just outside the door. If I start to pray, will you give me away? Or I could cast away while I tend to pray. I tend to pray. Make me count the toes.
fantastic track. Don't you love them, Jarva?
Oh my God, it's like nothing I've ever heard before.
We're joking because we're adding the song in later. And I'm looking, Herb's like 3, 2, 1. You know, that was the fastest punk rock song in history. I mean, there's a good thing about short punk songs, but that was really short. No, that was the Gala US. I love this band, and I have this great quote about them from one of our favorite rock journalists, Sleaze Grinder, of course. Nobody could sum up anything better than Sleaze Grinder. And this is what he says. He goes, part garage punk, part glam, part pitch black rock and roll ferocity. The Gala is the party you've never been invited to but have always dreamt of. A swirling kaleidoscope of debauchery and decadence that you probably wouldn't survive, but you can handle a song at least. Leave it to Sleaze Grinder. The man has a way with words. He once called me in one of his articles a high-powered glam rock manager. I love that so much that I put it on my business card, and that's what my title was, high-powered glam rock manager. Anyway, his quote on the Gala is great, and that just about sums up the band. Fantastic band. I'm expecting big things from them. Their singer, Emily Duran, is awesome. Duran, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Plus, they have a Farfisa organ, and I love the Farfisas. They break down all the time, but they sound fantastic. And hopefully we'll be able to get them up here to one of our shows soon. So now let's officially welcome Jessica Jarva, who I just call Jarva, to the show. How are you, Jarva?
Officially, I am officially fantastic. It's great to be here on the world famous Blowing Smoke podcast with hopefully my glam rock manager. I keep trying to get you to, manage me.
Wow, I knew that the pitch might show up, but I didn't know it was going to come live on the podcast. But
Straight out the gate.
Are you actually are you taping right now on Periscope as you always do?
Well, you know what? I'm not on every format like I normally am, actually.
Because I notice you're multitasking right now. So
yeah.
We met, I'm looking at my notes here. We met about 7 years ago, I believe, at the old Curve of the Earth office in Cambridge. I remember having many conversations, and a lot of times it was you, Robbie Patillo, who I like to call Robbie Road Steamer, even though he wasn't in his Robbie Road Steamer gear at the time. And of course, Alvin Long. And we talked about music, smoked weed, had great times over there. Because I was doing that ticket selling job for B-Town Trolley.
Yes, I think of you out there by the
Faneuil.
field out there at the north end, hollering at people. I imagine that whole life that you had out there selling tickets to the trolleys.
But I didn't to the trolleys. But I didn't bring it with. I didn't bring it with me to our little powwows at the office.
I mean, to some degree, I've got an image in my head. So.
Well, I'm sorry. I recreated that image. It was then.
Those were different times. It was glam rockers. There was a pause in the glam.
Well,
you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes tickets.
You know what I do now? You know what I do now? I make food for college students at Worcester State University. So I do anything I can do to survive.
Like mac and cheese, like easy mac, or like.
No, like quesadillas.
You go dorm to dorm?
No, it's a food court. I knew this was going to be fun.
God.
It's a food court. I do wraps, sandwiches, quesadillas, for
do you
college
wear a
kids.
hairnet?
I wear an outfit, no hairnets, but I do wear one of those sushi hats.
Okay, like the tall one?
Yeah, Allison Hell was here last week, and she made me describe my whole uniform to her. I actually sent her a photo this week of me in my uniform, and I know she absolutely lost it. But getting back to the old Curve office, it was there that I heard your music for the first time, and it was there that I was blown away by your talent, your sense of humor, your artist ability, and of course, your beauty.
Number one.
Jarva's one fine-looking lady, Herb.
Most important.
That's right.
Hello, Instagram.
I mean, if you look good, you got a slight advantage right there. That's what they say, anyways. I used to be handsome one time in my life, so I had a slight advantage. So, let's fast forward here for a minute because I want to talk about some of the wacky things that go on in your life. Now, we're here in the brand new Alliance building in Somerville. You used to have a space at the old one. We're going to talk about the whole sit-in and all that, but I want to talk about you being banned from this building. Now, are you still banned from the building? Did I illegally sneak you in the building in the back way here? Because there's a rumor that you were banned from this building, and I want to know how anyone could ban you, first of all, and
Right.
are you still banned?
Right. It's kind of like, you know what I have realized in this life is that sometimes when people take things out at you,
Mhm.
on you, whatever, and treat you unfairly, it's because they love you in some way. But it's, it's like, how do you deal with that situation?
So I don't think Alvin Long would ever ban you from the building. It's something that he would
No.
never do. We don't have
I
to
don't
mention
think
the person that banned you from the building, but do you think he loves you?
anyone, I guess. I mean, I know that he loves me. It's like that is the weird thing. It's like because he loves me and like we know this person.
Did you
Let's
try
call
to
him NZ.
Did you start a fire, or did you like rip a hole in the wall or destroy equipment? Or what did you do to get banned from the building? How do you get banned from a building? It's a music and art building. You're like
Yes.
one of the great artists
Yes.
around here. How did they ban you?
Well, I made the grave mistake of having public art outside of the building and some kind of thing which is totally pure of heart, pure artistic intention, and
So you weren't trying to piss anyone off.
of course not. Are you fucking kidding me? It's like,
But you're unbanned now. Did I unban you? Did we unban her, Herb? She's unbanned, right? I mean,
nobody, it said, like, honestly, I unbanned myself because it was really hard for me.
Is this uncomfortable for you to talk about this whole banning thing? Because I just was curious. I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable.
It doesn't make me feel uncomfortable, and I just wish that it didn't get to me, but like,
I'm sorry for bringing it up. And I'm mad at them now. I'm mad. I'm upset. So we're going to change the subject, okay? Change the subject. Okay, so you and her, a better subject. So you and her were part of the crew that refused to leave the old EMF building, right?
yeah.
Both of you. And so for people out there that are not familiar with what I'm talking about, can you tell us what exactly happened there that caused you guys not to leave the building when they kicked everyone out?
Well, basically the new owners that acquired the building kind of surreptitiously and started, that were never seen or heard from, and just started like appeared in the form of flyers around the building that telling
You
people
all right?
to give them all our information and put it on our cars, and so they can like serve everybody eviction notices basically, and bully everyone into leaving and giving up their rights as tenants in an unlawful way. And people in the building organized, to go against that. But unfortunately, I think that almost that organization in a way like led to everyone. I'm not going to say it led to everybody going along with the the tactics that the new owners were using to get people out of the building illegally, but
How long did you guys stay in the building after everyone else did?
Um,
And did the
at
cops
least
show
a
up or
couple of
anything?
months. Well, I mean, these people were like, threatening me and saying they were going to call the cops on me and that I was trespassing and like I could just tell from my life experience as a criminal and a defender of justice and different situations that I've been in. I could tell that what they were doing was illegal and that they weren't quite able to. I knew that they couldn't kick me out of there, and I knew like what you have to do, like if you get pulled over, like in any situation, is you need to start videotaping whoever it is that's trying to violate your rights, and people will usually respond to that.
How
And
long were you in the building for once they
um
closed it? Herb, you were there too, right?
Yeah.
several months. Should have been
Several
there
months?
longer. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Did you leave at all?
Somebody had to be there at all times, so it was it was mostly me and Tyrone Jones.
Did they bust
Lived in that room.
anyone when they walked out the door? Was there anyone waiting for you guys to walk out the door?
There were people like they would come by and maybe they were there. The most important thing was just to keep somebody in the room, in the building at all times, because they would have done anything they could do illegally.
Well, I commend you for what you did because I wasn't living here. I was living in Pittsburgh at the time, but I was following the whole story, and it was horrible. I mean, they just. I don't know if there was anything that could have been done by the city of Cambridge, but it's just too bad that they're trying to wipe out an entire music and art community like that. Luckily, this building came. It's not as big as the other building, and there's not this practice spaces and everything, which I miss actually, but it's still a good art spot.
Yeah, it's a great building. I love this. I love this building. I love the honors. I love the people here. I really like this building. I actually used to have a studio in the building next door to
Really?
here when it was the Mako building, and it was this little space, and it's like, of course, been wiped out and made into something else. I don't know, whatever that greenhouse thing is, or storage space or something. But
Well, the problem didn't go away, but at least there's a new location. So I'm pretty happy about that. Let's listen to a song right now. Now, you sent me one of your tracks. I don't know the name of the song because it just said 2M Mix, but I liked the song, so we're going to play it.
okay, is this with guitars or
Yes.
okay? So this is a. Should we just play it and
Yeah, let's
I will
play it.
tell you what it is.
Let's play it. I really like that. I like your, when I
Okay, so
heard,
we're just fake playing. I was wondering that. I'm like, because I'm not even sure which one you're using.
this is not the way I want to do it, but this is the way my producer and engineer wants to do it.
Like,
I would rather hear the song right now,
Yeah,
but everyone's going to hear it. But
I'm not even sure what song it is.
We'll figure it. We will figure that out. We will figure that out. So I wanted to talk about Lowell. I saw you not too long ago in Lowell at Alvin's art show. Uncharted was the name of the place? Or Charted?
No, Uncharted.
It's closed now anyway, so whatever it was called. But for me,
we gotta find out what happened.
for me, when you came out and started playing, it was like being at a Velvet Underground Nico show in 1972 in New York City. Even though I was never at a Velvet Underground Nico show in New York City, but I did spend a lot of time at the Andy Warhol Museum, and they had a whole room dedicated to Velvet Underground where they blast Velvet Underground's music. But the point I was trying to make here is that it was the kind of music art that you don't see that much anymore. It was loud, it was noisy, and it was unconventional, and I liked it. And
the children liked it too.
yeah, Ellie and Joe's kids from the Charms were dancing around. Not everyone.
And many people didn't like it.
Yeah, well, I wanted to say this in the nicest way possible. I wanted to say it in the nice. Yeah, the room did kind of empty out a little bit, but you know what? I totally got what you were trying to do and what you're doing, and I totally admired it. And are all your shows like that now? Or are they all unpredictable?
I think all my shows are pretty different, pretty unique. I mean, the closest that, like, maybe if I'm on tour, I'm never playing the same show every night.
It's always Jarva Land, right?
Yes.
For people out there that don't know, Jarva Land is basically Jessica Jarva is Jarva Land.
But except for this track that we just played, I believe, and it's like I have this amnesia with my music, but I believe this track that you played is from a brand new concept.
It said 115 on it, so I'm assuming you just recorded this a few days ago.
Like audition demo.
Yeah, you did it just for the show. Can we say that so I don't look
much
completely unprofessional like I do right now?
I mean, it's like I hope that the track wasn't completely unprofessional. I think it came out. I think it's fucking.
It's outstanding.
Awesome.
I would not
We're
have
so psyched about this.
I would not send the song to Herb to put in the show if I didn't like it. I will tell you that right now. Okay? I liked it. That's why it's going to be on this show.
Yeah.
Glad we cleared that up. Okay, so I want to move on here because there's other things I want to talk to you about. So your live Periscope shows that you do, I've watched several of them on Twitter. And I want to know how you got into this whole art form. And I want you to explain something to me. I took one of the titles of your shows, and if you could just break this down for me. Internet Review, Sacred, Organizing, Lesbian, Sex, Foot, Fetish, ASMR, I don't know what that means, Howard Stern, Art Room, Vanderpump, ASMR. What the hell is that? Can you tell me what that is?
Did I put ASMR in there twice?
Yes. What is ASMR?
It's like if I had a microphone, like a big microphone, and it was turned up really loud, and I'm like sitting there like rubbing it with a comb, like one like little comb piece, tooth by tooth, and I'm like or like when I kind of false advertise ASMR. I guess some people would say, I wouldn't say that, but if somebody comes into my live chat or whatever and requests ASMR, I might start doing something like this. You know, I'm trying to work ASMR into the program because it's just so popular. It's like a weird audio a like semi-eroticism sound thing, but it's like not, it's like I don't really care. Like, I don't put headphones on and listen to ASMR, but there's a lot of people out there doing it. But I'm trying to kind of innovate the ASMR world. Yes. And then if you like
sultry. And I'm watching a lesbian foot massage right now. Okay, see, this is okay. What is your Twitter handle?
I never do that on my life.
What's your Twitter? Is it
I don't have a microphone. Like
is it at your Twitter at Jessica Jarva at Jarva Land?
At Jarva Land.
If you haven't been,
follow me on Twitter. I need
please
Twitter
do.
followers. I have
please,
no Twitter followers.
Please, you have to follow Jarva. you don't know what you're missing. I watched something yesterday, and you were having an argument or a very heated conversation
Oh
with
my
someone,
god.
and
Yeah.
and it sucked me in. I guess the guy wanted to be a woman or something for a while, or I don't know what was going on, but it was like,
Wait, yesterday?
yeah.
I was up until 6:30 a.m. today from doing like it's like I have not been live streaming as heavily as normal.
Is your whole life a
I
live
did like
stream?
maybe 13 hours of live streaming yesterday,
Wow.
and a
So
lot of talking to these fucking
you
teenage girl boys about our communal internet issues.
so basically is it your goal to have your whole life on the internet?
It's my goal to live in art, you know? Like, I care about art and I make art out of life, and there's so much that you can use to make
Like your
art.
clothes, you designed
Yes.
these.
Yes. Jarva
That
Land designs working on
I like it. You made a hat
online
for me. I still
presence.
have that hat somewhere. A long time ago, you made a hat for me.
Yes, I was thinking I should have. I meant to wear my Twisted Rico shirt today, and I meant to bring you a shirt, but
I just want a
you know.
photo of you wearing the shirt because I like to promote my podcast.
I know.
And
We gotta do that.
The beauty of Jarva promoting my podcast.
Hey, use me, this body, this mug.
I'm telling you, the listening audience, the viewership's going to go way up. I'm sure of it. So let's see. So what about your art? Are you going to do any art shows? Because you do a lot, aside from the music performances, you also do a lot of art shows. Do you have any coming up, or do you have art somewhere now? I mean,
well, you know what? I really need to do a solo show because I'm like 83 years old and I still haven't had a solo show at a gallery because I really don't. I just basically mostly focus on making art and don't put a lot of time and effort into showing my work in galleries. I just kind of
and that's
take
why
the
you need a manager,
opportunities
not
that
just
come up.
besides managing your
Yes.
music career, you need someone to manage your art career.
Totally need a manager.
And you really think Twisted Rico management is the way to go?
I think yes. First off, yes. And second off, like anything.
So you're not mad
help.
at me because I made you get emotional a little while ago, and you
You didn't make me get. It's emotion. It's like this is it's. That's why I came over the other day because it's like I have to because there's a part of me that is like, fuck you.
You need to be part of this whole building too. You do. You are a part of it, whether you hear it or not. Every time I come in, I'm like, where the hell is Jarva? Because I was used to seeing you every time I went to New Alliance in Cambridge. You are part of this community. And don't let anyone stop you. And I don't care if they kick me off the air, Herb. Well, he won't, though, because I gave him money last week. He's not going to kick me off.
Yeah.
But, the thing is that we need Jarva here.
I mean, and I know the owners of the building, like, I'm in good with them. Like, if there was an issue, like, I wish that this person would have let me be responsible for it because I'll always be responsible for myself. I'll always take responsibility for my art and anything that I do.
You're all good. Let's not even go there anymore because I don't want you to, like...
It's, it's like, it's lame to me to like, but it's like, it's because I care. I care about this person. I care about this place. And I don't want to.
You're going to make me cry.
I
can't cry on my own.
I need to cry because I cry like every day, every hour. Like I'm a live.
I'm drinking iced tea instead with extra lemon.
Like I'm crying all the time in public. So somebody's got to make it cool.
Oh my God. I actually feel like I'm going to start crying now. Okay, we are going to.
But it's like I don't want to operate out of pride and I don't want to be hurt forever by it, but like there's a part of me that's like you're gonna disrespect me in this way, like have it, it's like have like so I didn't come here for a while because it's like
You're here
people
now.
can show up and be like, "Where's Jarva?"
You're here
And
now,
then-
and you're staying here all day with me because we're going to Alvin's room after we're hanging out. In fact, you know what? Taking you out to lunch across the street. There's a good vegan place. They have great salads, but they do have regular food there if you want it. I don't know if you eat meat or not, but you know, I get this great salad. You don't eat meat either?
No.
Then you're gonna love it. Maybe we
Us
can even
girls
get
and Ethan.
maybe we can get Mersiglio to come over with us. I doubt it though, because every time I
we
ask
braid his
him,
hair right.
every time I ask him to come out to lunch, he's like, I gotta edit this show right now. And he spends 6 hours editing he's great, man. I love this
Yeah.
guy.
Good.
One
It's
of the
good that
best.
he's slotting in. He's getting to work.
Okay, before we talk about a topic that I definitely want your input on, I want to know if you have anything that you want to plug for the future, shows, art.
Okay, so you
We
were
know you're
mentioning
at Jarva Land. You have an Instagram? Is that at Jarva
at
Land?
Jarva Land,
Okay.
Instagram, Jarva Land, Jarva Town.
Can we put that up when we put a picture of her Jarva with the song playing? Can we put her tags on there too? Good, you got it.
on YouTube? I need, and I'm gonna start doing more stuff on my Jarva Land YouTube page. I have a lot of YouTube pages, and if you follow one of the YouTube pages, you'll probably see all of them.
I've seen
Usually,
several of them.
Jessica Jarva's maybe my main YouTube channel.
Are you from
right
Mass
now.
originally?
Yes, technically. although
Whereabouts?
My dad says that. I'm
Didn't
from
you live in
Pluto.
South Carolina or something? Or
Yes, Charleston. South
You went to
Carolina.
college there or something? Or
Mhm.
Charleston School of Art or something like that?
Well, the College of Charleston, but I was
An
in
art
the-
major,
in the
probably, right?
art and English. Yeah.
I kind of
poetry.
figured that. So, is there any shows?
So there is, so I have this new kind of concept cassette tape solo thing that I'm working on,
Cool.
and I don't.
You tour and stuff,
No.
though, so I'm sure something's
Well,
going to happen.
I'm trying to do that. Like,
You need a manager.
I need a manager. I need a
I knew that
manager.
was- I
I
knew that.
need, if anybody wants to be an intern, I'm looking for interns. You can be a real life intern or you can be an online intern.
Can I be the manager and the intern?
Yes.
I want to come and hang out in your place because
Yeah.
whenever I see that place,
Yeah.
I'm like, where is
Totally.
that? Lowell?
Yeah, in Law.
I-
Yeah,
I-
and you're like kind of by there. I mean, you're in
Would you
Worcester.
let me be on your live Periscope?
Yeah, of course.
I might do that.
Yeah,
I might do
and
it.
that's what I want to float out to like my any real life interns that I might have. You know, it's like if you're like an artistic person or whatever, like are interested in that's so funny because that amp, I'm not gonna get distracted by that amp, but
Is it your amp?
it's like
Similar.
Repo Rob's amp that got stolen out of my car. So it's like I
Oh,
wish that it was
Herb.
that, and then I
Herb's
and
from
I was just
Dorchester,
thinking
you
about
know.
maybe I'll just steal it back. You know,
Herb used to
I'm
run
thinking
the
of robbing you.
Herb used to
after
run
the
the
show.
streets with the Wahlbergs, and they used to do all kinds of
Yeah,
nasty things
yeah,
in
mhm,
Dorchester.
In the
And-
dot.
And now they're making burgers, man. You know.
Mhm,
Okay,
mhm.
so
But so like my intern, like you, I mean you, I really need you to.
I get
I
demoted
really
from
need
managing
you. No.
intern.
I really need you. Like honestly, I pray to the universe. I'm like business manager. Like I need you to step up and be my manager. I need it. I'm promoting you. If I demoted you, I'm promoting you right back up because I need a manager. And you know,
I think we should have a whole live show. We'll do it on your show, or we'll do another podcast here where you can totally give me the whole spiel on why I should be your manager. And I'd be up for that whole thing. Not that I need a lot of convincing, but it would be fun having you try to convince me
yeah,
to do it.
yeah.
Because I'm semi out of it now. You know, I haven't been really managing for a little while. But you're the kind of artist I think that could like elevate my high profile glam rock manager status. And Sleaze Grinder will probably second that.
Yeah, working together. That's what it's all about. Sleaze Grinder gave a great review of my E EP.
If you get a great review from Sleaze Grinder, I didn't know you were religious.
I
Okay,
don't know
listen,
that.
there's one more topic we got to talk about.
Okay, but
Okay. All right.
but my real life interns could come to my studio work there, maybe do their own creative thing and also do things random
Will
shit
there
that I
be
happen to do.
lesbian sex
Always,
foot massage happenings?
always. Not foot massage. It's like I'm not like
Foot
into
fetish. I'm
feet,
sorry.
like really at all. If anything, I have a foot phobia, but I somehow got into. I feel like there's a growing foot fetish.
Have you posted
Culture.
pictures of your feet on like Pornhub or anything
No,
like that?
no, I haven't, but I might do that. Like I mean, not really, but
There
I
has-
do have.
You have.
People are very interested in my feet.
Oh, you've posted a few risque things that I've caught from time to time.
Really?
Yeah.
Of feet
No,
stuff?
of you. I mean, other things.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking about Instagram?
Jumping around in your underwear
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Mhm,
Hey, I think you're listening.
Got to.
audience.
Hello.
It went way up for me. Now I can't like not look at your Instagram every day.
Well, I need a jump. I need more followers, But don't worry about it. I'm more about exposing the algorithm than I am about
Exposing yourself?
Then I mean I'm pretty like I'm not like I aspire to be like an Instagram a more thought like person. I really haven't spent a lot of time like trying to like look good and like
You don't have to try. Didn't you say before someone told you look like Busy Phillips?
Well,
I like Busy Phillips, by the
Yeah.
way. She's cool.
Yeah, I like her too. Her show got canceled. I
It
don't know if
did.
she found a new place for it. But it was a good show. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did watch some episodes. She'd sit up on the couch, like all comfortable and stuff.
She did that song every time.
She was good. And what was the show that she was on a long time ago with all the future?
Dawson's Creek.
There was another show.
Cougar Town?
No, there was only one season. She was really young, and a bunch of actors were on it that are all
Dawson's
famous now.
Creek.
That's not the one I'm
Yes,
thinking of.
it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
All right, I'll think of the other one, but that's
Okay.
I never
challenge you
saw.
to.
I never saw Dawson's Creek. You
Okay.
challenged me to?
Yeah.
Well,
You're talking about like Katie Holmes and who were
Katie
the other
Holmes.
actors that were on it? Young people. Michelle.
No,
Williams.
this was they were all in school together. They were high school kids.
It's called Dawson's Creek.
Okay. You're gonna make me go on the internet right now and find this, and I will. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to like also bring up another topic.
For our lives to be over, I want to know right now what is Dawson's Creek.
She's doing a good job.
I don't want to wait for Busy Phillips.
Excuse
to
me,
be
I'm
friends.
talking about freaks and geeks.
Oh. Hey.
See? Now who's right?
Oh.
I almost became decapitated. Now I got Busy Phillips on my screen. She's always on my screen anyways. Listen, I want you to chime in on this because this really, is something that gets me really pissed off. I've talked before about how I feel about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and this week they announced their new inductees. Depeche Mode, the Doobie Brothers, Whitney Houston, Nine Inch Nails, Notorious B.I.G., and T-Rex. Well, the thing that really upsetting to me about this is Pat Benatar, Judas Priest, and Thin Lizzy were all nominees. How come none of them got in? And the Doobie Brothers, and I'm not going to bash Whitney Houston because they put Janet Jackson in, so I figured they would put her in. But, Joy Division, wearing my Joy Division shirt today, is not even in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Neither is Bad Company, Steppenwolf, Guess Who. Maybe I'm old now. I'm talking about old bands. But what is this? What are they doing? What's their point? Do you even care?
I mean, what's the criteria? It's like, does anybody care? Does it really matter?
It's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, though.
Do you go to a record store and like you're listening to records or looking at old records or whatever, you hear a song and you're like, I think I like this, but let me check. Are they in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Like, does anybody really give a fuck? I get how if like
I guess I'm the only one that gives a fuck.
It's like I get it. Like it's like I'm upset that I'm not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know, I could see how Pat Benatar's like, what the fuck, you know?
Well, I mean, I just don't understand their criteria. That's the only reason why I even bring it
Yeah.
up, because Judas Priest should be there before the Doobie Brothers, you know? I mean, Pat Benatar should be there.
What
before-
exactly do you have against the Doobie Brothers? Let's
I don't
don't
really have anything against.
Mm-hmm,
But you know, I have things against that are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The Red Hot Chili Peppers,
Oh,
Radiohead.
God.
These bands did nowhere near Joy Division and Judas Priest and
Well, it's like, aren't you supposed to get in like right before you die? You know, I feel like that's the thing, is like put people in who are at like an age risk, and just let the, because it's like you're gonna put them like what, like, so you're holding off Pat Benatar for another year or something.
Soundgarden,
Like, she's not gonna make it.
Soundgarden's not an old band.
Like, what's the point of nominating people? Like, how does that even work? You nominate people, you nominate famous bands that everybody knows that should, it's like, what is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame a canon of? Like, how are they, is it the fame? Is it the level of fame?
They let people vote, and the number one vote getter this year was Dave Matthews. Now, I'm not a huge Dave Matthews fan, but he got the most votes, and they didn't even put him in. So they kind of take a percentage of the votes, and then all the geeks, the important music geeks, all go, well, Dave Matthews is not cooler than Whitney Houston and the Doobie Brothers, so we'll put him in, we'll nominate him again next year. You know, I don't get the whole criteria for it. It just baffles me that they even have it. Because you might not give a shit about it, and I might give too much of a shit about it, but there's a lot of people that go to Cleveland to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and check it out because they're rock and roll fans, you know?
Yeah.
And I just think that they're not doing it right. And that's the only reason I'm even bitching about this right now.
I don't think they're doing any of them right, because it's like the Howard Stern, the Radio Hall of Fame is like ices out Howard Stern, which is like, it should be like,
you like Howard Stern a lot, don't you?
The main thing. I love Howard Stern.
Do you feel the same way about him on Sirius as you did when he was on regular radio?
I mean, he's doing a great show on Sirius. I actually have to get Sirius because for a while you could get the shows like on YouTube and
no
stuff.
More?
People would post them. It's impossible to get it like that now. And if you try and like, I was trying to be like a broadcaster for the people, and like play when I do have, like, I have a bunch of the new Howard Stern that Cuneo burned me for my birthday, and I've tried to like put that out there, and they take it down. But any old Howard Stern stuff you can play and it doesn't get taken down. And but the show is really good. And I actually didn't listen to Howard Stern when it was on terrestrial radio. I don't know how I missed it, but I did.
I did when I lived in New York City in 86, 87, around that time. I used to drive to work with a bunch of guys, the guys from Homestead. Chris Lombardi, who started Matador Records, he would drive Gerard Cosloy, Pat, whatever his name is, another guy that worked at Homestead, and then Matador and myself, because I was running Giant at the time. And every morning we drove from the Lower East Side to Long Island. We would listen to Howard Stern every day. You know, this is turning into a Jarva-like show. It's probably gonna be the longest show that we've ever done, right, Herb? So I hate to cut you short, but got to do a couple things, and we got to go. But I'm hoping, and I'm gonna put you on the spot, like you put me on the spot to be your manager. I want to do it.
Brothers, we still haven't got an answer on that, but.
I don't dislike the Doobie Brothers, but I like Joy Division more. How's that? And I think they're more deserving. But what I wanted to put you on the spot is I want to do another separate podcast, and I want to do it with you guys, Herb and Jessica Jarva. So if you doesn't have to be music, it can be anything you want, because I would love to do something like that with you guys. So it's the ball's in your court. I've said this live on Blowing Smoke with Twisted Rico that I'll do it. So it's up to you guys now.
Out there. Wait till you get. Have you ever heard this gerbil on the microphone?
Yeah, we did a podcast, but he's not released it yet. It's like an hour long. But I think he thought I was maybe a little too honest on that about my political views and stuff. I probably would piss a lot of people off. But you feel the same way about marijuana laws that I do. Legalize it federally. Why isn't it? I don't know. We don't know. You can go get any pills you want from your doctor, but you can't smoke weed in Arkansas, you know? I mean, I don't get it. Anyway, thank you very much, Jarva, for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
You were definitely high on my list all along to get on my show. It's too bad it took all the way to episode 24, but we could do it again. Love to have
Yes.
you back here. I'd love to
Yes.
do another podcast with you. And thank you.
And I do have one show. Well, not a show, but open studios at my studio in Lowell at Western Avenue Studios.
Okay.
And everybody in the world is invited. And it's a great building. It's an awesome building. There's over 300 artists there. There's
I'd
a
love to
brewery
just check the
there.
building.
Oh,
A
yeah.
brewery.
It's-
I'm there.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
It's very
so
cool.
If
fun.
I drink too much beer, can I crash out somewhere in the
yes,
studio?
Yes, you can. Yes, like this building is huge. There's like couches and areas. There's like you could film
I
a
can't
movie
wait.
in there. You could
Film
do,
a movie? Sure.
There's so much. There's so much to do and to see, and it's always a good time.
We'll
and
talk
I'll be
about
there.
that when we're having lunch.
Yeah.
Deal?
So it's
All right.
February 1st, and it's like 12 to 5, and I usually stay later, and anybody can come. Western
You
Avenue
usually stay till
Studios.
6:30 in the morning sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. We've recorded there all night through the night.
At Jarva Land, Twitter, Instagram, please do yourself a favor. This is one of the coolest forms of art. Just the whole Periscope thing and the way you do it with all your art and the conversations and the whole 9 yards. And I admire you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you to our sponsor, JLS Design, 187 Main Street, Leicester, Mass., Cherry Valley section of Worcester. They do custom screen printing and embroidery. It's a great place for bands to get t-shirts, hats, hoodies, etc. JLSdesignprinting.com. The email is jlsdesignsales@gmail. They made our Blowing Smoke with Twisted Rico shirts, which are awesome. We're going to get more. My email address is twistedrico@gmail.com. Instagram and Twitter, you can find me at Twisted Rico. Please send me your comments, questions, etc. And consider the Patreon page where you can sponsor us for only $1 a month. This is Blowing Smoke with Twisted Rico. I'm your host, Steve Ricardo. And until the next time we say goodbye, keep the rock and roll alive. Thanks, Herb.
Woo!
Thanks, Jessica.